Okay, we'll try to get through 5 verses. Here we go. Verse 24, avoiding voids. Avoiding voids, the Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu. Standing on tiptoe will only make you tipsy. Walking with long strides will not allow a long walk. Shining the light on yourself will never enlighten you. Being self-righteous precludes you from being right. Boasting about yourself will never boost your eminence. Parading yourself parodies leadership. Tao consciousness avoids the cultivation of all these ego-bloated voids. Okay, this is called Naming the Nameless. Naming the nameless. What preceded life? The earth. What preceded the earth? The universe. What preceded the universe? The soundless and shapeless origin of origins, ever transforming and having no beginning nor end. This mother of the universe is boundless and nameless. But if we wanted to share with you anything about this remarkable, non-executing executor, we must invent a name for it. We will call it Tao, because Tao means great, incredibly great, because it occupies infinite space, being fully present in the whole universe and in every infinitesimal particle. Because this great integrity created the universe, and the universe created the earth, and the earth created us, we are all incredibly great. Life derives from the nature of the earth. The earth derives from the nature of the universe. The universe derives from the nature of the great integrity. And the great integrity is the omnipresent, omnigenous, omniform, the universal material and spiritual substance, the holoversal interlinkage and cohesion of existence. Up next, we have Seductions by Lao Tzu, the Tao Te Ching. Ooh.
good time. And of course, our senator, the great John Fetterman, is taking some heat for his support of Israel right now. But he has been very supportive. And, you know, there was a clip that I will put in the chat from Scott Galloway, who does the Pivot podcast with Kara Swisher, very popular business guy.
Standing on tiptoe will only make you tipsy. Walking with long strides will not allow a long walk. Shining the light on yourself will never enlighten you. Being self-righteous precludes you from being right. Boasting about yourself will never boost your eminence. Parading yourself parodies leadership. Tao consciousness avoids the cultivation of all these ego-bloated voids. Naming the nameless. What preceded life? The earth. What preceded the earth? The universe. What preceded the universe? Soundless and shapeless origin.
Eitan. My man Eitan. Good Shabbos. What are you doing here? It's Shabbos. I'm about to read a book.
Boundless and nameless.
I'm recording the Tao Te Ching. Okay, this is the 26th verse. This is known as seductions. This is a meditation, so take the deepest breath of the day. Seductions by Lao Tzu, the Tao Te Ching. Inner strength is the master of all frivolities. Tranquility is the master of all agitated emotions. Those who succumb to frivolities have lost their inner strength. Those who succumb to agitated emotions have lost their tranquility. The wise cultivate inner strength and tranquility. That is why they are not seduced by addictive temptations. Commentary. Living in a world before we have achieved the great integrity often challenges our inner strength and tranquility, tempting us to give up these anchors to our human essence for addictive escapes from the stresses we are so frequently forced to confront. We are reminded here that if we can embrace our inner strength and tranquility when they are threatened by out-of-control addictions and emotions, we will stay the course toward the great integrity and be grateful for having done so. However, Lao Tzu invites no judgmental guilt or blame against those who don't hold fast, and for whatever reasons let their addictions and runaway emotions hold sway at any moment. What on the surface here appears like a tautology is rather a profound insight that feelings of guilt or blame for losing one's way to the great integrity are themselves emotional toxins that can only more deeply enmesh us in our victimizations. Okay, this is verse 27. Wisdom is effortless mutuality by Lao Tzu, the Tao Te Ching, the book of the great way. The expert traveler leaves no footprints. The expert speaker makes no mispronunciations. The expert in calculation needs no calculator. The expert in closing things needs no lock, yet not one can open what has been closed. The expert in binding uses no knots, yet no one can pull apart what has been bound. The expert in caring for things never wastes.
Instructions by Lao Tzu, the Tao Te Ching.
The expert in caring for things never wastes anything. The expert at helping people never abandons anyone. These are the paths to enlightenment. Those who arrive at their destination teach those who are still on the path, while those still on the path are sources of wisdom for the teachers. Okay, KOB.
How's it going?
Yo, KOB.
What's going on now?
What's going on?
There's some philosophy up here, huh?
We reading that physiology.
Going through the physiology, huh?
We're reading the Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu. Lao. Okay, this is the 28th verse, the fusion of opposites. To know the masculine, and be true to the feminine is to be the waterway of the world. To be the waterway of the world is to flow with the great integrity, always swirling back to the innocence of childhood. To know yang and to be true to yin is to echo the universe. To echo the universe is to merge with the great integrity, ever returning to the infinite. To know praise and be true to the lowly is to be a model for the planet. To be a model for the planet is to express the great integrity as the primal simplicity, like an uncarved block. When the uncarved block goes to the craftsman, it is transformed into something useful. The wise craftsman cuts as little as necessary because he follows the great integrity. We are the world. Those who have lost, those who have most power and wealth, treat the planet as a thing to be possessed, to be used and abused according to their own dictates. But the planet is a living organism, a great spiritual integrity. To violate this integrity is certain to call forth disaster, since each and every one of us is an inherent part of this very organism. All attempts to control the world can only lead to its decimation and to our own demise, since we are an inseparable part of what we are senselessly trying to coerce. Any attempt to possess the world can only lead to its loss and to our own dissolution, since we are an intrinsic part of what we are foolishly trying to possess. The world's pulse is our pulse. The world's rhythms are our rhythms. To treat our planet with care, Moderation and love is to be in synchrony with ourselves and to live in the great integrity.
Masculine and be true to the feminine is to be the waterway of the world.
Okay, thanks for listening. We are reading the Tao Te Ching, the Book of the Great Way, by the Master, Lao Tzu. Lao Tzu. Tao. KOB, Eitan, thanks for being here. How do you like it, KOB?
There's a lot of vagueness and vain deceit.
Yeah, it's kind of generalized, but it's logical.
Yeah, there's a lot of logical things in the world that produce nothing. I think that's what the Tao is trying to do.
No,
It's trying to produce nothing in you, which the conclusion of the matter is we're all everything and we're nothing at the same time, right? That's the Tao.
No, you got to look at this as a practice. I am doing neuro-linguistic programming, creating content on YouTube and other platforms, and I'm trying to program myself every day with this power of positive words. And the whole thing is don't be judgmental, don't have an opinion, just do the work and see how it manifests something in your life. I think it manifests love. And love is the most powerful force on the planet. And most people are running from love. They're fearful of love.
I think when we're talking balance, right?
John, you mind if I read from the Vedas of the ancient Sanskrit?
Yeah, go ahead. And Eitan, yes, I agree. It's all about balance, equilibrium, harmony, joy, all positive words, simplicity, integrity. Integrity is the big word. Most people can't actually define integrity and they don't live their life thinking about integrity. It's not the education they're interested. Go ahead, KOB.
Yeah, so this is the Vedas of Vatara, chapter 1, verse 6, in the Upashanat. It says, in this great Brahma wheel, in which all things abide and finally rest, the swan, the individual soul, wanders about so long as it thinks the self is different from the controller. When blessed by him, the self attains immortality.
It's a literal immortality, right? Literally from reincarnation. Is that how I should understand that?
The incarnation of multiple lives is a misrepresentation of what it's like to have actual life. You see the flowers, you see the seeds that come from the flower, produce another flower, but that flower itself, the life that is in the flower, dies and withers. The thing that gave the flower life does not go into another life, but rather the part of the life, which is the seed, goes and multiplies a different life. Thus is the way of life. So if the flower is life and it doesn't have multiple lives, then